Welcome to day 13 of your 30-day self-love Pilates challenge. Today is all about the lower body. A little bit of abs, as always, but when you are ready, meeting me on your back. Coming down onto your back, getting really comfy, and just start to bring the feet about hip distance apart. Plant the shoulders down, the heels down. Take a full breath in and start to lift the hips slowly as you breathe out by pressing into the heels, rolling through the spine, and then slowly rolling back down. A few more just like this. Full breath out as you lift the hips, press into the heels, opening through the thighs, and then slowly rolling back down. One more really slow, full breath in. Exhale as you lift, tuck, and peel yourself off the mat. And slowly lower. Now from here, can you just start to create a little bit more of momentum, a little bit more speed, I should say. Now from here, can you just start to find a little bit more pace? Lift and lower, but keep working through the back of the legs, the glutes, the hamstrings, as you really start to wrap the belly button in and up. Today's practice is all about lower body. I thought we'd start week 3 really strong and get those glutes talking to us. So let's go 3, 2, on one, hold your hips high. Lift your right leg, lower your right leg, lower your hips. Lift, lift, lower, and lower. Play around with this shape. Remember that you are so capable. And little tip, if you press down into the palms, the triceps, it becomes a little bit easier to stabilize on one leg. Keep grounding down into the left heel, and let's just go for 5, 4. Notice how this shape starts to feel for 3. Big breath out, 2 more. On 1, can you hold your bridge, hold your right leg in tabletop. Now press your hips higher to the sky. Exhale, extend the right leg. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. Inhale, bend. And this is where your breath becomes your best friend, your greatest tool that's always available. 3 more. 2. On 1, bring the right leg in. Little pulses for 5, 4, 3, 2. On 1, hold the bridge, lower the right heel and lower the hips. Your full breath in before we come to the other side. Exhale, lift the hips. Left leg to tabletop. Left leg lowers, and then your hips lower. Exhale, lift. Lift the left leg, lower, and back. As we start to become a little bit warmer in your practice, I invite you to really tune in, not only to your breath, but to how the body's feeling today. Let it talk to you, let it communicate, and listen, move in a way that feels good, that makes sense for you in this moment. We're here for 5. Keep pressing into the right heel. 4. Let's go 3. You know what's coming, so get excited. 2. On 1, hold the hips high, left leg in tabletop. Lift the hips just a little bit higher and then extend. Exhale, left leg long. Pull it back in, inhale. Exhale, extend and bend. Extend, and let's go 3. We are pulsing into. On 1, left leg is bent, but lift the hips. Party is not over just yet. For 5, 4, 3, 2. On 1, hold, lower the left leg, then lower your hips. Take a little knock, a little sway side to side. Check in with how you're feeling. And we are going to just come to lie onto your right hand side. So knees are going to be bent in line with your hips, and you start to flex the toes towards your face. Take your top hand to the hip, full breath in. Exhale, lift the knee higher than the hip, and then lower the 2 knees to connect. Lift and lower. Placing the hand onto the top hip, so your left hand gives you a little bit of feedback, but if it's more comfortable, you can bring it down. You can even bring it on top of the thigh. So you can really start to bring awareness to your top leg as we lift and lower. Slow and controlled movements here. And remember about pulling the belly button up and in, like a little corset. We're wrapping the waist around. Let's go 5, 4, 3, 2, holding all the way up on 1 to your highest point. Now keep the foot flexed. Can you tap the 2 knees together and then bring the knee higher than the hip? Tap the 2 knees together, knee higher than the hip. Now if the leg starts to become a little bit fatigued, you can always bring the knee in line with the hip, but can you think about really activating through the outer thigh as you lift the knee and then tap. Let's go 5, 4, 3, last 2. On 1, bring the knee back to center. Can you lift and lower little pulses for 5, 4, 3, 2. On 1, bring the knee down just for a moment, let it relax, punch the glute. Now from here, we're gonna go back to the same position. So knees a little bit higher than the hip, bring the knee down in front of the bottom thigh, and then press the heel away from body, open the hip. Pull the knee in, press the heel out. So the knee is aiming to touch somewhere closer to the ground, and then we're pressing the heel to the sky. Use your exhale here to really open the leg and back. Now sometimes in side lying, the leg doesn't really feel it straight away, and then all of a sudden 0 to 100. So when that happens, remember why you're here. Remember you chose to press play, and be proud of that. Be so grateful you get to move today. 5 more. 4. Now you know we're going to finish with pulse. I'm so sorry. 3. Let's go 2. Oh, my leg on 1. Hold, flex the foot, lift and lower. Maybe you're punching the glute at the same time. Happiest thoughts for 5, 4, 3, 2. On 1. Oh, guide the knee back in. Take a moment. Come all the way up and over. Now we are going to the other side straight away. I tend to do this quite a lot sometimes, especially lately, because I don't want to think about it later. Just want to get it out of the way and enjoy the rest of the day. That rhymed. So coming all the way down. This time it is your right knee that's going to start to lift. Exhale. And then inhale, pull it back down, tap the knees together. Exhale, lift, and then tap and back. Remember the hand can come wherever you feel comfortable, maybe to the hip, maybe to the mat or the space in front of you. But think about engaging everything here. So your lower belly, your waist, you're pulling the belly button up and in as we start to warm up these legs just a little bit more. You might even like to close down the eyes. If you're outside like me, maybe the sun is shining on the skin. It's a nice distraction. So let's go 5, 4. We are holding up in 3. Let's go 2. Can you bring the knee higher than the hip on 1? Now flex the foot, bring the knee a little bit higher, tap the knees together, and then bring the knee back. Tap the knees together, knee higher than the hip. Down and back. Little kiss. Moving with intention with every shape today. So use your breath. Exhale, tap the knees, bring it back up. Tap and back. 5 more. We are pulsing in 4, 3, 2. On 1, bring the knee back to center, lift. Maybe higher than the hip, little pulses, just for 5, 4, 3, 2. On 1, bring the knees back down, allow the glutes to settle. And then from here, we're adding the extension. So the knee of the top comes down, and then we're opening the right foot out. Knee comes down, press the heel long, open the hip. Tap, extend. Rather than height, can you think about length? So you're trying to reach the space behind you, and then you're tapping the knee down. Notice how this side feels. And if the body starts to talk to you, you know the drill. You talk back. You're the boss. So you tell it to move in the way that you want it to. If you want to take a break, you take a break. Let's go 5, 4. Little pulse to finish in 3, 2. On 1, hold the leg long, little lift, little lower. Keep flexing the toes for 5, 4, 3, 2. On 1, bring the knees in. Punch the glute. Send it as much love as you can. And then just make your way up to a 4-point kneel. Bring the hands under the shoulders and start to tuck the tippy toes so the knees are under the hips. Full breath in. Exhale, can you hover the knees? Inhale, can you lower back down? Draw the belly button up and in, dome through the upper back. Lift, exhale. Inhale, lower and tap. 1 more like this. Exhale, lift. Inhale as you lower. Now this time as you lift, can you hold for 3? Downward facing dog in 2. Now on 1, lift the hips to the sky, straighten the legs. Little pedal out. Take a deep breath in and deep breath out. Inhale as you bend the knees, hover like you did before. And then exhale as you press the hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Slowly coming down, hover. Exhale as you press back up. Bring your awareness to your lower belly and really start to feel the lower belly working as you lift the hips to the sky and come down, hover the knees off the earth. Sometimes it's just as simple as bringing your awareness to the muscle you want to work to get a little bit more out of your practice. Really slowing your movement down just for 5. This is 4, 3. Let's go 2. Last one. Press back, find your downward facing dog and just pedal out the feet just for 3, for 2. And on 1, can you lower the heels, soft bend through the knees as you just start to walk your hands to your tippy toes, taking a moment to roll through the spine. Slowly as you come all the way up. Roll the shoulders and just start to step your right foot forward. Lift the left heel, bring the hands to the hips. We're going to bend the knees, find your lunge and press back up. Bend the knees, find the lunge and press back up. Keep grounding down into your right foot, in particular your right heel. Maybe let the right toes wiggle a little bit. And start to find your range, your pace. It feels really good today. 5 more. 4, 3. Let's go 2. Staying low on 1. Bring the hands to heart center. Both your knees are bent. Draw the belly button in and up. And as you breathe out, can you lean forward, straightening the back leg like you're about to run or for a sprint, and then come back to center. Inhale. Exhale, lean forward onto the left tippy toes and then bend the back leg. Lean forward and back. Now maybe, just maybe, you're like, okay, let's go. We add the arms up and back. You're reaching overhead and then you're pulling back to center. Oh, how are we feeling today? This is hard on the beach in particular. Let's go 5. Come back to your breath. 4, 3, 2. Surprise on 1. Hold just the arms, sweep back and forward. Back and forward. Really bend into your right leg. And this is 5, 4. Stay with me for 3. We're so close. 2. On 1, bring the hands to heart center. Little pulses into the front leg as the back leg is straight for 5, 4, 3, 2. On 1, step the left leg forward. Oh my goodness, there we go. Take a release. Oh. Remember, anytime it becomes too much, come back to your happy place. Remember, I love you. I want you to feel good. And you can always just take a break. Rolling through the spine as slow as you can. Bring the hands to the hips, and this time you're stepping your right foot back, but lift the right heel. Hands to hips or wherever feels good. You bend the knees, press into the left heel to rise. Bend the knees, press into the heels to rise. Now after this, we're finished. No surprises, and that's all. So, you know exactly what's coming ahead, and you've already done it. So back yourself. I back you, I'm your biggest cheerleader, and I know you can do it. Let's go 5, 4, we're staying low in 3, in 2, staying low on 1, hands come to heart center. Take a full breath in, exhale, lean forward, straighten your right leg, your back leg, and then rebend, sitting up nice and tall. So we're leaning forward to the top of your mat, and then back. Tipping forward, exhale, and back. Maybe you're feeling a little bit ambitious, and you're like, okay, I can do this. The arms start to play, they join the party, but keep grounding down into your front heel as much as you can. 5 more. 4, stay with me. 3, 2, on 1, hold, front leg is bent, back leg is straight, just the arms down and back, down and back. Oh, embrace this moment, embrace the sensations. 4, 5, we are pulsing to finish. In 4, 3, let's go 2, finish off strong on 1, hands to heart center as you pulse through the front leg only. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1, step the feet together. Oh, take a forward fold. Apologies for my sound effects today. I'm really feeling it. Let the hands connect to the earth. Maybe that means the knees are really bent. And just take a little rock, a little sway. Slowly start to creep the fingertips up towards the shins, to the thighs as you roll through the spine, all the way up. Bring the hands overhead, take a full breath in, and then let it go as you breathe out. Let's just do one more like this. Inhale, hands to the sky, and hands to heart center as you breathe out. Standing as tall as you can, grounding down into all 4 corners of your feet as you start to feel connected to the space underneath you. Feeling really supported, hopefully really achieved, really proud. Pressing the palms just a little bit closer towards one another as you come back to your breath. Noticing the subtle rise and fall from your belly. I am so proud of you. You did it. Week 3 is on its way, and I will see you tomorrow. Mwah.